Gonna use a little blue Curacao. Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Wish me luck! Hello. Oh yeah, it's making noise. It's burning. Oh snap. Woo!
So I know I said during my year in review soap video thing that tomorrow I was going to start, showcasing all of the winners of Project Soapway for this particular challenge. But, 4 days went by since then because I was busy. I, my windows got delivered for the house finally, the ones that were supposed to be in August. And so that was very exciting, helping Mr. Soap install the windows, which I really didn't help as much as, sit there and watch and tell him he did a good job. But that's helpful too, And also, obviously, just the general busyness of the soap shop and wholesale orders and all of the things. A lot of meetings with wholesale orders this week, for sure. And also, I've been working on my Taylor Swift Animal Crossing island a lot. So, in times where I could sneak in here and finish an edit on a video, I was I was playing Animal Crossing because that's my self-care. So here we are, 4 days later, ready to announce all of the winners for Project Soapway. And that works because it's Monday. It's new week, new us, new all of the things, and not a new Project Soapway winner today, actually, because today's winner has won this guy twice now. And I will tell you more about the winner of this round of Project Soapway in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And you were here for week 11, or 10, 10? Yeah, of year 3, and the first of the Sudser winners for Project Soapway Challenge number 4, which was a year in review. And again, I showed you my bar of soap about 4 days ago, and it was that one, really. And it was a lot of fun. I definitely loved the making of that bar. I loved being able to share it with you, the Sudsers. But as I said in that video, these Soapway challenges are not about me. They're about the winners, the people that have submitted their soaps and the ones that the jury has ultimately decided, won the challenge. And so I am absolutely excited to be kicking off the submissions and the winners of Project Soapway for this round. And we are going to start out with everybody's favorite person in the world. Schells, of For You by Schells. We know her. She's amazing. And yeah, she actually has already won a Project Soapway challenge, which is cool and actually unsurprising because Schells is always a fountain of such amazing, mind to soap realization projects. She does such cool designs. She does such amazing soaps. And this one is actually one of her triangle soaps that I've been talking about kind of forever because I did the pencil soaps, right, for the teachers at the kids' school at the same time that she had actually found a bread loaf pan or something that was in a triangle. And so she started working with things like that. Wild, super crazy. And so this one actually does feature a pyramid as well as blue curacao, so alcohol in her soap, which is really cool because alcohol in soaps can get a little spicy. And you're going to see just how spicy it got and how Schells, professional that she is, handled all of that. But Schells is a professional, and so of course she's not going to panic through all of it. She's going to handle the potential spiciness of alcohol in soaps like a champ, which is one of the many things I love about Schells so very much. She definitely keeps a level head throughout all of soap making, and I relate to that in a whole lot of ways because, so do I, even if I might be sort of panicking inside a little bit if the situation is bad enough. But the last thing that you ever want to do in a soap pour is start panicking. And so if you are of the panicking type, which is no hate, for sure, probably in your best interest to steer away from alcohol soaps. Because as I said, they do get a little spicy. Anyway, let's go to the video. Let's watch Schells' footage. She has a multi-day pour going on with all of this. And we are actually going to get to hear from her at one point in the video, explaining the process and her entire motivation for the soap in and of itself and all of the things. So let's get to that. Okay, we are on to For You by Schells, the winner for the Soap Challenge number 4, a year in review. And I learned so much in this video, really. One of the things I learned was that you can use your magic bullet for all number of things, including grinding up soap scraps, And so these were actually part of, just cutoffs and everything from the soaps that Schells has made throughout the year. And she's going to use them within the soap. Looks like she's putting it into a melt and pour base here. And she's going to be creating an embed of some sort. But now that I'm thinking of it, I don't know what this embed is. Where does this go in the pour? We're all going to find out together. So, oh wait, no, I totally know. Okay, yeah, that's the house. For You by Schells. Schells. We know Schells. We love Schells. I just said that a whole bunch. Her name, that is. But this is her second win. And that makes sense because Schells makes amazing soap. And there is always just something unique and incredible coming from her mind. And I'd love to see it every single time. Now, for this particular soap, again, it's a year in review. So she is going to be using all manner of things to sort of highlight some of her favorite parts of the year. One of those parts is she went to Curacao. That's another thing that I learned in this video, how to pronounce Curacao. So she is using blue Curacao in the cold process part of this pour for the triangular soap that she's going to make. So the pyramid, that's what that represents. The pyramid part represents, she went and saw the pyramids this year, and she's going to tell you more about it. But you need to hear the absolute insanity that is how spicy this lye solution gets.
Whoa.
Crazy, right? That is very hot. Wow. And I love that Schells is level-headed enough to not panic and, just stick with the process here. Because alcohol soaps, when you're using alcohol in place of all or part of your water, yeah, it can get really hot really fast, as you saw, and loud, scary noises. And if you are at all the type of person that panics, this is not for you. Schells did not panic, though. She just put the thing in, stirred it carefully, and she definitely has all of her safety equipment on, which is very, very important. And interestingly, she went ahead and measured the temperature of this, and it's only coming up at 162 degrees. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And I don't think she knew about that because she went ahead and put her oven mitt on to put this into the oils. She is doing a heat transfer method for this guy. And so that the heat of the lye solution will melt down the oils. But I think she was under the impression, or she felt that it was so hot, the outside of the container, that she needed to put her oven mitt on anyway. It's so smart. Look, she is doing all of the good things that you're supposed to do with the whole safety of the, soaping stuff. And so now she's going to put in her liquid oils that she has put a beautiful blue into the oils that have been melted down with the, lye solution that contains the blue curacao. And we'll be again making the pyramid. Because, as I said, Schells went and saw the pyramids this year. And the confetti thing that she was doing earlier was actually it's a house. Because she bought one of those houses this year as well. Everything about Schells 2022, you know, the high points, all of this, is amazing. Obviously, she, like everybody else, had some trials and some whatnot in her 2022 as well. But she's focusing on some really cool self-care times. Okay, so now that prep work has been done, she has poured the blue portion into a mold, and you can't see it from this angle, but the mold is a triangular mold, which is really, really cool. I love that. I'm pretty sure it's triangular mold. Actually, I'm not sure now. I think it is. Yeah, it has to be. Anyway, she's going to be using more soap embeds from the soap that she has made throughout the year. You know, she's created more embeds for this. And they're meant to be like planets and moons and stuff in the entirety of the soap itself. And combined with the scent that she did, oh, I forget what she said, but it's a nice citrusy smell. And that's one of Schells' favorites. So that's amazing. And combined with that, plus the just very interesting, you know, decision to use the Curacao in this, I think it's going to be a really special bar. I'm interested to know from her actually how it soaps, you know, like how you use it, like how good it is, the bubble. Because anytime you add an alcohol to a soap, you get a great bubble, and I love that. So yeah, she's just putting all of the planets into her soap, just kind of where she decides she wants to. She's letting the pour guide her at this point, and also later, I think I clipped it out, but she was starting to let the pour guide her into putting more in, and she stopped herself and said less is more. Sometimes you need to remember that, is what she said. I am going to actually let her talk through this next portion because she did a lovely voiceover for one of her clips. And my kind of rule in everything is Schells is amazing, just period. And so when she talks, we're all going to listen. But also, I know that she's comfortable with all of this because she does Instagram videos frequently, and they're amazing. And so she's good with the whole thing. You know, she knows how to talk to the peoples while she's making the soaps, and so we're going to let her do it. But I am loving watching the process of her actually making the soap with all of this, because when I saw this photo, when it came through, I really wanted to know how she accomplished this. So I was, you know, glad that she ultimately ended up winning. One of my soap mods who doesn't even make soap, she was responsible for collecting all these pictures, and she, I guess, responded to Schells and was like, I really hope you win because this is cool and I want to know how you did it. And so that's what we're looking at right now. But now we're going to listen to Schells talk about her process and her thought process behind the making of this.
Hey y'all, hey. So this is the final part of my challenge 4 for Project Soapway for the 2022 Soap in Review. Of course, when I was making this soap, everybody was home, so I couldn't talk while I was doing this voiceover. So to put everything all together, my 2022 soap consists of representation right now is from the most relaxing trip I took earlier this year in May to Curacao. It's my first time going there. The island was beautiful. I was able to read like 4 books while I was there. Oh, it was so relaxing. So the base is the beach. And I was kind of winging things. I didn't calculate, how much I needed to have and adjusting for the embeds. And so this was from the part 2 or the second try of my part 2. I can't remember. But this is the pyramid. And that one is representing my trip to Egypt, which was, it was amazing. I have been a fan of Egyptian mythology and everything for so long. The pyramid also is representing, because back then the pyramids were tombs for the people, mainly, the rich, the pharaohs, where they believed in them going to the afterlife. So because this year had ups and downs. So lost some friends and family members. So not only does the pyramid represent my trip to Egypt, but it also represents people who have passed on. So as you can see, yes, I calculated nothing. Didn't consider the fact that, maybe I put a little too much, batter on the sides to represent, the water part. And I know I showed the other embed, which is another amazing thing that happened near the end of this year, is that I bought a house. So the house embed, which was also made with confetti from soaps that I've made this year and last year. Oh, and I forgot to mention, and I think this is on the other video, the pyramid also has moons, which are made from scraps or ends of soaps that I've made from this year and last year as well. So it's this soap has a lot of symbolism, I guess you could say, representation, all the things. And now I am just trying to get everything in here and hoping I'm not making a humongous disaster. As you can see, batter is oozing everywhere. I tell you, making soap is messy business. And here I am trying to add a little bit more and trying to make sure that adding more batter so that the house embed, sticks to the side of the pyramid. Yeah, hot mess. That's why, this year, because it is still 2022, I named it Calm and Chaos. And we are looking at the chaos right now. I tell you, looking back on this, I am just cracking myself up. Like, what was I thinking? Sheesh. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to, I guess, frost the top a little bit. Yeah, I was just trying to use up some of this batter, but I knew I was going to have to put it in another mold anyway. Because, again, I didn't do the mathy things. Which, whatever. Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Right? Fine. Schells, why are you still pouring? Oh, boy. And the pyramid was too wide, I think, to try to use my tall and skinny mold. And then I never would have gotten the house embed on the side of it anyway. And I don't even know what I was thinking with trying to hang that thing on the side of it anyway. But that was like a redesign of a redesign that I had in my head. Yeah. I think I even tried to sketch it out, and it still just wasn't looking right. Anywho, yeah. This is it. And, next will be the cut. So, see y'all later.
See, we let her talk. She has the best voice in the world. She is my happy place. She is my comfort sound. She is all of the things. So, yeah, had to leave that in. But now we're going on to the cut of this, and I'm very, very excited. So, as you can see, yeah, it was triangle. Went in, did a thing. And now we're going to cut this soap, and as she said, she was worried that the house wasn't going to work out. And, yep, you cross the fingers in that when you're doing a new pour and you're unsure of whether or not the designs in your head, actually worked. But I don't know. Schells is always making such amazing products that I am surprised that she still, questions whether or not it worked out, because everything she makes is fire. It's just so beautiful. And I think it's because she's just completely in love with the craft. You know what I mean? It's part of the making is what really motivates her. And holy crap, look at that. She's got her house, she's got the pyramids, and she's got the cool moons and all the planets and everything. And then she has again, Curacao. It's perfect. You did so great, Schells. There it is. Schells winning bar for the year in review, Project Soapway Challenge number 4. And it's amazing. I learned so many things in all of this. Like I said, the pronunciation of Curacao is one of them. For sure. But also cool information about the pyramids and her awesome trip. And I thought since she was talking about it, she did a voiceover and everything, that it was best to hear it from her personally because it was her experience. And whenever you can hear it from the actual experiencer of something, it's all the better. So yes. And I love that her house also made it in, right? Like she was worried that it wasn't going to really translate right within this soap, and it totally did. And so it's super awesome. And I also love that she chose, even though as a human, she's going to have hard times in every year, just like we all do, she chose to approach this by celebrating all of the highs, which is amazing. And I love that. Of course, there's no real way to ever reflect on your end of year, and we all do it however we feel we want to. This was hers, and this was gorgeous. And I'm super glad that I got to see this footage and talk about Schells as a human, as a soap maker, because she's great at being both of those things. But also to see how this bar came together, because when I saw the submission, I wondered, is this one pour? Is this multiple pours? How did we accomplish this? And so now we know. The curtain has been pulled back and Shell has revealed her magic tricks, and they are definitely magical. If you guys are not following Schells at this point, there's literally something wrong with you because you need her in your life. So please go do that. I cannot express enough just how much of a grounding force she is in my life. Whenever I hear, hey, y'all, hey, it doesn't matter how stressed out I am, how many things are on my brain, whatever, go to Instagram, and the first thing I see is one of her videos, and she starts off with, hey, y'all, hey, and I'm immediately grounded. She's magic. So definitely go follow her. Go give her all the support and the love in the world. She is amazing. She does this soapy journey for the love of the game. She enjoys making soap. It's not even necessarily about the sales. Although, of course, the sales are always fun. But I relate to her in a lot of ways with that, too. Want to continue making the soapy things, the bath bomb things, the cosmetic things. And she's also an amazing teacher, and she shares her talents and her skill sets and her knowledge base with everybody in Discord, but obviously with everybody on the internet as well, because she does all of those videos on Instagram. So go check them out. Go give her a follow. Go give her all of the support, for sure. I'm out of here for today. The kids are wanting to go to PetSmart and look at some sort of goldfish that you can pet, which, I mean, not gonna lie, I'm interested in seeing a pettable goldfish. So I'll report back on what that even is once I find out and get more information on it. But we're gonna go to the PetSmart thing so we can see them, I guess. But thank you, Sudsers, for existing, for being here, for being you, for being awesome. Huge congratulations to Schells. Thank you for submitting. Thank you for being part of the Sudser community. You already know how I feel about you. You're one of my real ones, and I'm so, so grateful that you exist in my life. And so thank you. I am out of here for today, like I said, but I will see you guys all again on Wednesday for the next round of Project Soapway Soapy Fun. Bye.